Hey girl, welcome to the Farmhouse Scullery, where I share inspirational conversations for a homesteading wife. Content tailored for you to get you to feel inspired, empowered, and motivated to fall in love with yourself more. You can find me on all socials with the handle at the Farmhouse Scullery. Please keep on listening for today's rant. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my podcast. This is my first official one recording since I've actually launched, so it's really exciting to be sitting here knowing people are going to be listening tomorrow to this. It's really cool. And thank you for coming back and being one of my loyal founders of this podcast. Today, as you'll see from the title, I have called it Why Unforgiveness is Holding You Back from What You Desire. I have had a bit of a walk with unforgiveness myself as a child, or teenager, I guess, as adolescent is probably a better word. I would describe myself as, I actually used to pride myself in the fact that I could hold a grudge, for days. I used to be stoked and be yeah, I'm angry at you and it feels great. But as I've got older, I've realized that what that anger used to do is actually build up in me and be stored as resentment against that person. And I didn't actually realize that for quite a long time. I used to walk around with this stuff and not be able to, how you've got that stuff that's hidden that you don't notice and pull out until suddenly it's there and you're wow, I didn't even know that was there, but it's been there the whole time, and it's been throwing things at me my whole life, or for the last few weeks or decades or however long it's been. But in my gut, it felt horrible. When you listen to that intuition and to that gut and you tune in, it felt gross and yuck and not right for me, not how I was meant to be living my life. But at the same time, I was just so probably addicted to it. It was so normal for me, and it felt good in the moment of the fury and the grudge and the holding on to it. And yeah, this person did really hurt me. I mean, obviously when I was a child, it probably was nothing significant. Sorry, brothers and sisters and mum. But, then you get older and stuff and people really start to hurt you. And yeah, they did really hurt you. And you can be a victim and play a victim your whole life. But you need to own where you're at. You are where you are, and you feel the way you feel because you choose to feel it. Not because of what happened to you. You're choosing to feel that thing. And by choosing to feel that thing, that emotion that you're feeling at that time, whether it's rage or fury or poor me or whatever it is, or all of the above, as I have certainly felt, you're actually filling a hole that is designed for something else. So you're feeling you have a need that is being met by those emotions, whether you need to feel loved. So you replay these tragedies and other people will show you love and compassion because what happened to you, yeah, it was really horrible and people want to support you through that, but you're filling a hole in a negative way from a negative stemming place instead of choosing to move through it and fill that yourself with meeting those needs in a positive way, in a way that's renewing, in a way that's not harming yourself in the long term. Because have you ever heard the saying that when you're angry with someone and you sit there and hold a grudge and keep being angry and furious with them, that it's the same as you drinking poison and expecting the person you're angry with to die. You being angry achieves absolutely nothing except causes turmoil in your own life, in your own body, in your own emotions, in your own spiritual health. It causes problems for you, and they walk around the planet and don't know anything about it and don't notice it. It doesn't do anything for them. All it does is it affects you. You own where you are because how you choose to feel only affects you. And have you heard the saying, forgive and forget, or forgive but don't forget? Because I have quite a strong opinion about this. So if you forgive and don't forget, basically the principle is you forgive them, but don't let yourself get walked over again, right? Well, if you forgive someone, I reckon, honestly, I believe if you're truly forgiving someone, wouldn't you forget? Because if you don't forget, you still have those emotions attached. I mean, yeah, I'm sure if you're superhuman, certainly not me. I mean, maybe you can remember stuff without having emotions attached to it and not the unforgiveness still not being there, or the anger or whatever it is when you think about that event or that person. But for me, when I became a Christian, one of the hugest things I had was a change of heart. I used to, obviously, as I said before, hold a great grudge. It was brilliant. One of my top, what's that word? Top attributes was to be able to do that. And I laugh because it is so the opposite now. Because now, when I forgive someone, I legitimately forget what happened. Like, people remind me of something happened 3 years ago, 3 months ago, and I'm like, I don't remember that. What happened again? They like talk about it, and I'm like, I feel like it's a fuzzy movie, or it wasn't my story, because I honestly don't really remember it. It's forgiving and forgetting is all encompassing to me. I mean, obviously Jesus says to turn the other cheek and stuff. So, but yeah, I can understand how you want to protect yourself and you just forgive but don't forget. But I honestly feel like there's going to be some roots left in if you're forgiving but not forgetting. Yeah, like there will be some roots left in that wound. Like you chop the top off, get rid of the bad seedy head and the weed. Oh yeah, gardening picture there for you. But the roots are still there. They may not be doing anything, but they're still present. And that's how, certainly for me anyway, that's how I feel it would be in my life if I did not forget those transgressions against me. The other part about forgiving and forgetting for me is that I'm able to have that space that I would have been holding the memories there from, or the roots. I'm able to use that space for something for my good, for moving forward, for pursuing a passion, or for building a new lasting relationship with a girlfriend, or and putting it into my marriage. I feel like that room is energetically, spiritually, emotionally, memory, honestly, I feel like it enables me to push forward and move forward into who I'm meant to be and move forward into where I'm heading in my life it's like deleting a whole lot of junk off your computer, right? Some old stuff you don't need, and you can allow for some new creative stuff to flow in there and to be saved in there, and for that to be in your memory and in your hard drive instead of these roots that are not serving you whatsoever. Now, I'm aware I've said some stuff here that possibly might offend some people, and I am sorry if I have, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe you'll think about it, maybe you won't. But either way, this is like my experience on unforgiveness and how it has, I guess like maybe for me, the whole forgetting thing, maybe it's like just my walk, because as I said earlier, it was a huge thing for me to be able to hold those grudges. So maybe that's just the softening that was right for my life and my walk, is that it's like an all-encompassing thing. The forgive and forget thing does go together for me. And, maybe that's just for me. Maybe it doesn't apply to you. But I would love to know what you think about it. And if you feel like this is, or if you've had a similar experience to me, feel free to carry on the conversation on Facebook. And yeah, thank you for coming along. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you'd like to continue the conversation, I would love to. You can jump across to my Facebook page at the Farmhouse Gallery. At the moment, I also have a promotion going with my website. The first 400 people to sign up to my newsletter get my very special and protected, secretive chocolate cake recipe. It's been highly, highly requested because I actually used to sell cakes as a business. So if you'd like to go across there and please subscribe here, that would be awesome. Until next time, take care.